Welcome back to TalkBack. We are talking to the one and only Ardeshir Cowasjee. Mr. Cowasjee, about the Supreme Court. You've mentioned several times that you think the judiciary is corrupt. You've also mentioned, as recently as a couple of years ago, that people cannot make themselves heard to the judges. You've written, it also cannot be denied that the people are incapable of making the judges see what they do not wish to see, nor hear what they do not wish to hear. You're not a big fan of the judiciary.
No.
Why?
I see, I observe, and some of the things we try to do is on the building front, where we are in the court. We, when I say we, I mean Sherry. It's an organization which I support. I'm not an office bearer there. It's for the environment. Government does all the wrong things. The government's corrupt. We try to fight. We can't make the judges see what we want them to see.
What do you think of the so-called new judiciary, of the judiciary which reinstated the Chief Justice?
But as I say, the first thing that Jinnah said should happen is that we must have law and order so that the lives, property, and the religious beliefs of the people are safe. We are trying to get there. This judge stood up. I mean, Musharraf had no business to send for him and make him sit in front of the three uniformed people and bully him. He did wrong. He did very wrong. And the way he was treated afterwards, and the man stood up. I'm willing to beg any man who stands up for nonsense.
But overall, you won't back the judiciary.
I don't know how this judiciary will behave.
You've also written about who is a good judge and who is not. You wrote in '99, and this is what you said: the judiciary of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan lies demoralized and helpless to the extent that a writ petition was recently admitted seeking the unseating of a good High Court judge on the ground that he is a non-Muslim. This despite the fact that out of 3 of the only unbending, upright judges of Pakistan deserving honor without reservation, 2 were non-Muslims. How can you decide who deserves honor and who doesn't?
But who are you to object to my deciding? You are a reader. Disagree with me.
Who are you to decide who deserves honor?
Do I say that I'm God? I say that I am Ardeshir Cowasjee, an ordinary man who writes a column once a week for exercising his brain.
Your critics say that this column especially was just a defense of the minorities in Pakistan and nothing else.
It may be so. What's your problem? I'm not saying I'm God, for God's sake. I write, and when a columnist writes, that is his view. You read it, take it, or throw it in the basket.
All right, Bhutto. What do you think of him?
Useless man. He was a friend of mine, but thoroughly useless. Megalomaniac. He's the man who started all the rot.
It's said, it's been written, it's been noted, it's been said about you that your digs at Bhutto are personal. They're not professional.
Personal meaning what?
That you will randomly include him in an article.
Yes.
Just to take a dig at him, just to criticize him.
Yeah, there's lots of other things to write. How many times do I mention him in one column, in how many columns?
Well, I'm sure the statistics are out there.
Well,
But
I haven't.
do you have a personal grudge against Bhutto?
No, the man's dead, gone, finished. For God's sake.
Then why is it that avid readers of your column usually say that you randomly include him just to criticize him? You will throw him in a column, out of place, out of context, just to criticize him.
That is their view?
Is it a correct view?
I don't think so.
Nothing personal.
Not personal.
Okay.
Oh, he was a friend of mine, the idiot.
He put you in jail. He put you in jail.
So? He put all his friends in jail, except for Omar Qureshi and Yunus Saeed. They got saved somehow.
And you think that's all right?
Oh, that is not all right. He was a megalomaniac. He was mad. Completely mad. The amount of the harm started with him. Can you imagine a man writing a constitution and knowing that in 4 hours he's going to mess it up, and doing that and fooling so many people. Asghar Khan is alive today. Ask him. He told Asghar, join me and we'll make a fool of these people for years to come. We'll keep on ruling forever and ever.
Let's switch gears.
Yes.
Several times, education has been the core of your writing.
Yes.
You've concentrated a lot on it.
Yes.
You have said several times that it is the central problem of Pakistan.
Correct.
What's the Cowasjee plan for education?
What's the Cowasjee plan? Cowasjee supports 2 Parsi schools, and Cowasjee has done its bit. We built a high school and donated to the people. And if every family, every business outfit builds and donates at a high school, there'd be enough high schools in this world.
So you're saying every family and every businessman should donate to a high school?
Everybody who can should build. I mean, it's an old Parsi theory. A Parsi normally, he builds a hospital, he builds a school, he builds a park, he does charity and he dies. Well, I've given more than I've taken. I've built a school, I've built 2 parks, I've got a hospital going. Well,
and what's the Cowasjee plan for Karachi?
Karachi, do as much good as I can for the people and go. I don't want to be an import.
Long term, what's the plan? You've criticized what goes on in Karachi a lot. In fact, it's another central theme. Long term.
Anywhere you go, first of all, you see dirt, you see muck. And every time I talk to this Nazim Poabaga, the man who's come from Malaysia, he sends me statistics and he sends me this and he sends me how much he has spent. Just by spending money the wrong way, you don't get it right. I can't move out of my house and I can't travel 20 feet without an open ditch, without facing an open ditch.
Your detractors say that you have encroached upon property near your house.
Let the dictators face me. Which is that property which I have encroached upon?
To the south and the west corner.
Oh, you mean the garden next to my house where I've grown trees? That is a plot meant for road widening. I'm glad you brought it up. That is not a plot. The place next to my house is reserved for road widening. And I said that all that can happen there is the road can be widened. Till then, I have fenced it in and I'm growing trees. And the gate is open. Today you can go and live under the trees if you can.
I'm sure we want to live under the trees. We're talking to Ardeshir Cowasjee. You are watching TalkBack.